An admission of guilt in an horrific case. Tonight on our News.
The gruesome case of 12-year-old Audrey Moxie comes to a conclusion as the man convicted of killing and raping her will now spend 40 years in prison. I'm Delvari Emmanuel. Stay tuned to our news to hear the full proceedings.
And a 49-year-old man crushed and killed at Airport Industrial Park after a forklift reportedly malfunctioned and collapsed. Plus, a major deal now signed.
Government has officially signed a contract worth approximately $130 million for the redevelopment of the Grand Bahama International Airport. Stay tuned to our news tonight for more details.
Then in our news at 7:30, Prime Minister Davis suggesting Grand Bahama may be held back by too much power in too few hands, and he's calling for a new approach. Our news live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to our news live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Candino Knowles. Emotions ran high in the Supreme Court today as a prosecutor recounted 12-year-old Anatole Rogers High School student Adrielle Moxey's final moments before she was brutally murdered. Adrielle's confessed killer admitted to her murder and sexual molestation as part of a plea deal when he appeared in court this morning. Delvado Emmanuel joins us live from outside the courthouse. And Delvado, I know that you spoke with the family just moments after the sentence was handed down.
Yes, Candino, it was a very emotional day as myself, along with other reporters and the family of Adrielle Moxey, sat and listened to the gruesome details that led to her death on the 18th of November 2024. Now, it's a story that many of you at home can recall as it shook the nation to its core. Now, stand by as we hear the court proceedings and the raw reaction from Adrielle's mother.
I was dreading this moment all this time to hear what had actually happened. But my heart just is beating out my chest.
That was the raw reaction from Sasha Moxey, the mother of 12-year-old Adrielle Moxey, after learning the man responsible for her daughter's death will serve 40 years in prison. Thursday morning, 39-year-old Chris Ferguson stood before Justice Gilomena Archer Mintz, where he pleaded guilty after a plea deal. Under the deal, Ferguson was sentenced to 40 years for murder, 15 years for unlawful sexual intercourse, and 1 year for unlawful detention. The sentences will run together and Ferguson will receive credit for the 13 months already spent on remand. Adrielle's mother and her partner cried as Deputy Director of Public Prosecutions Yuko Barnaby recounted Ferguson's confession to police, which contained graphic details of her murder and sexual assault. In that confession, Ferguson told police that he was at a plaza opposite Adrielle's school around 5:50 p.m. on November 18, 2024, when he decided to follow her through a track road called Bonefish Pond. As he walked with her, Ferguson told Adrielle that he lived in the area, before he picked her up and took her into the bushes. There, he removed his belt and wrapped it around her neck as he sexually assaulted her. The admission was too much for Moxey's partner, who left the court after hearing the gruesome details. After Adrielle stopped breathing, Ferguson told police that he left her body, but returned around 4 the following morning to hide it, where it was found 2 days later on November 20th, just feet away from her home. Ferguson was arrested on December 23, 2024, and he confessed and took police to the scene. The court also heard forensic testing showed his DNA was found on swabs taken from Adrielle's hands. Recalling the moment the gruesome details were revealed in court, Adrielle's mother says it was almost unbearable to hear what happened to a little girl.
He couldn't take it. He couldn't take it. He couldn't take sitting in there and hearing all of that. That's why he left.
Ferguson was represented by attorney David Cash, who told the court his client wanted to apologize. Our News obtained a copy of a letter written by Ferguson, in which he said, quote, "I'm sorry for what I've done," end quote, and stated he was willing to face the consequences of his action. In that letter, he also requested mental health treatment while behind bars. When asked whether she accepted his apology, Sasha Moxey showed an act of kindness for the confessed child killer, saying,
I accept his apology.
Despite receiving some sense of closure, Sasha says the weeks and months without her daughter have been difficult.
They doing all right. They're all going to school and trying to make it true. You know, the youngest ain't really noticed, but the oldest one, he's missing.
Now, Candino, while this case is now closed, this is not the end of Adrielle's story. Sasha says she wants her daughter to be remembered as a young, vibrant, energetic, loving young girl. Coming to you outside of the Justice Court, I'm Delvado Emmanuel, sending it back to you, Candino.
Yeah, thanks so much for that, our Delvado Emmanuel outside the Supreme Court for us tonight. And no convictions in a 2021 East Street murder, with the jury acquitting the alleged gunman Wednesday, just 1 week after prosecutors dropped the case against the alleged getaway driver. Tevin Bethel and Stefan Davis were charged with the July 12, 2021 murder of Michael Thompson Jr. Prosecutors withdrew the case against Davis before opening against Bethel. The jury took less than 2 hours to return an 8-1 not guilty verdict. Prosecutors relied on the victim's girlfriend, who identified Bethel as the gunman, but the defense argued the identification was mistaken, citing missing CCTV footage and a hat dropped at the scene that was never tested for DNA. An investigating officer also testified that a Nissan March found with Davis was not the car used in the shooting. And a 49-year-old man is dead following an industrial accident at Airport Industrial Park. Police say shortly after 11 o'clock Thursday morning, they were called to a business at the park where the man had been working beneath a forklift. Investigators say the lift reportedly malfunctioned and collapsed, pinning the man beneath it. Emergency medical services personnel pronounced him dead at the scene. Our News observed onlookers believed to be family members and co-workers visibly distraught by the tragedy. Police continuing to investigate the circumstances surrounding the incident. Well, is relief finally on the way for Grand Bahamians? While Prime Minister Davis reminded Grand Bahamians of development at Grand Bahama International Airport today, his government's efforts at Grand Lucayan Hotel, not much news was shared. Prime Minister says despite what seems like slow progress, his government is working for residents. Our Joshua Williams, he is in Grand Bahama and has the report.
A deal for the Grand Bahama International Airport has been signed, according to Prime Minister Philip Davis, who shared as much at the Grand Bahamas Business Outlook Thursday morning. This coming amid uncertainty from Grand Bahamians that the airport, destroyed by Hurricane Dorian in 2019, would ever be rebuilt. While this deal was announced during a recent cabinet meeting on the island, Davis provided these details.
Phase 1 of the new Grand Bahama International Airport, around $130 million of investment, will deliver a modern terminal with USP clearance, expanded apron space, stronger flood protection, improved road access. The government has now signed a contract with Manchester Airports Group and MICE acronym. Their work already began in January.
Then there's the Grand Lucayan. Last year, May, the government signed an agreement to sell the hotel and the adjacent Reef Golf Course to U.S.-based developer Concord Wilshire Capital for a reported $120 million. The deal includes plans for an $827 million redevelopment of the 56-acre beachfront property into a mixed-use resort and cruise destination. But so far, there's been little movement, with reports of layoffs and staff going home without salaries.
I won't pretend that it has been easy. It is not. Our goal is a functioning, viable resort that creates jobs and confidence, and we will deliver. You deserve both honesty and the delivery, and you will get both.
Along with changes to the energy sector, Davis says these changes and new developments will bring about the relief Grand Bahamians have longed for years.
A rebuilt airport that reconnects the island to key gateways and supports a new mix of tourism, business, travel, and cargo. The Grand Lucayan is reborn in a way that fits the market, creating jobs in hospitality, entertainment, and services.
All right, that report from our Joshua Williams, who is still in Grand Bahama tonight. He joins us now from outside Grand Bahama Port Authority. And Josh, the airport announcement, it's clearly major news and something that we'll continue to track closely. But I know the Prime Minister also raised some eyebrows when he questioned how Grand Bahama is governed. Can you tell us what he had to say?
Good evening, Kendino. Of course, we're going from one deal to the next. I'm outside of the Grand Bahama Port Authority's building here in Freeport. And of course, the port has a relationship with the government of the Bahamas that goes back decades. And you know, the question that the Prime Minister put to those in attendance at the Grand Bahama Business Outlook, does this deal still benefit the island of Grand Bahama? And of course, he made his case to those that were present today, and those of you at home will be able to see that in our 7:30 newscast so that you can draw your own conclusions. So we hope that you will tune in for that. Kendino?
All right, thanks so much for that, Josh, and we'll check back in with you in just a bit. The Progressive Liberal Party has now locked in its Grand Bahama team, ratifying 5 candidates as the battle for seats in the nation's second city officially heating up. With election season fast approaching, the party says its machine is in full motion. Delvado Emmanuel has the highlights.
On Wednesday night, the PLP turned up the political temperature in Grand Bahama, packing PLP House on East Sunrise Highway for its final round of ratifications on the island. The show of force comes just 2 days after 7 other candidates were approved in Nassau, signaling what party leaders describe as a full-scale election push. Among those reapproved, Pine Ridge MP Ginger Moxie, who made it clear she's running on her record.
We've made a whole lot of progress, and still we have much more work to do. My heart is with you. My hands are working for you. So tonight, I am not running on promises. I am running on action.
In Marcos City, Eddie Van will face opposition leader Michael Pintard.
I stand before you tonight not just as a candidate, but as the son of the soil, a neighbor, a brother, a servant of the people of Grand Bahama. I'm not here to make you any promises that I cannot keep. I'm here to make commitments and to work for you.
Paco Deal was ratified to contest Central Grand Bahama, promising what he called a different approach to representation.
I'm offering you the real deal. Not politics as usual, not entitlement, not empty promises, but representation rooted in listening, honesty, and hard work.
In West Grand Bahama, incumbent Kingsley Smith is returning to the ballot, framing his campaign around continuity and completion of projects.
We are the Progressive Liberal Party. We don't just start things, we finish them. When I took the oath in 2023, I didn't come to sit in a chair. I came to work.
And finally, in East Grand Bahama, Dr. Monique Pratt is entering the race, positioning herself as a service-driven candidate.
I am asking the residents of this great constituency of East Grand Bahama to support me, not as a career politician, not only as a doctor, but as a woman committed to service who has always believed that when you truly care, you act.
Reporting for our news, I'm Delvado Emmanuel.
All right, thanks so much for that, Delvado. We've got much more to get to tonight, but for now, it's time for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is in the Weather Center. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Gideon, and happy Thursday evening, everybody. Another beautiful evening on the outdoors if you have plans. 73 degrees is our current temperature under mostly clear skies. Winds out of the northwest at 9 miles per hour. Feels like temperature is at 70 degrees. Temperatures right now around the Family of Islands, 69 in Freeport, Grand Bahama, 71 over in Marsh Harbour, Abaco. Alistown, Bimini, 70. We pick up 73s in Nicholstown, North Andros, Great Harbour Key, the Berry Islands here in the capital. Over in Governor's Harbour, 74 degrees there, 74 also in Kemps Bay. Then we pick up 72 in Black Point, Exuma. Pair of 70s, actually a trio of 70s. Georgetown, Exuma, Port Nelson, Rum Key, and in Arthurstown, Cat Island. Coburn Town, San Salvador, 68. Deadman's Key, 71, and into the southeast Bahamas. 73, Duncantown, Ragged Island, Abraham's Bay. 71 in Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, Delectable Bay, Acklands. Over in Providencia, Ellis, Turks and Caicos Islands, and Matthewtown, Inagua, you share a temperature right now of 75 degrees. Satellite radar composite, we are still under the influence of a ridge of high pressure that's sticking out there from the Atlantic across our area. There's a weak front just to the north of the Bahamas that's going to clip us, maybe producing one or two small showers, but we expect most of the activity to be pulling out towards the east and away from us. Another disturbance in the southeast Bahamas, producing some cloudiness down there, but most of the activity down there will also be pulling out as high pressure continues to dominate our weather. We do expect another front. That front is expected to get here by Sunday night into Monday. Could bring us a couple of, maybe some small showers. But temperatures will not take much of a dip, and we will be breezy after that front. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. We'll take a look at our extended forecast when we come back.
Coming up in sports, the final night of the BAISS Championships played out exactly like two teams expected it to, and we look ahead to NBA All-Star Weekend.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, Zai, let I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any live fiber infinite bundle, Trio or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with Rev and the Live Fiber on channel 747 and 748.
Hey, Greg Thompson here, and thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the R News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust. Welcome to R Sports at 7, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. The BAISS basketball season concluded with pomp and pageantry, fireworks, and absolutely lived up to expectations. Should have gone best out of 7. The defending champions returned to the top of the league in a pair of backdoor sweeps. In senior boys, the St. John's College Giants took the title, while Kingsway Academy Saints won the senior girls title in a pair of thrillers won by a combined 5 points. The Giants edged the Charles W. Saunders Cougars 57-55 in Game 3. On the senior girls side, the Saints overcame a loss in Game 1 and clinched the title on a defensive highlight. Kingsway edged St. John's 28-27 in last night's finale. BJ Edgecombe is about to shine bright among the youngest stars in the NBA. My only hope is that he goes out there and tries to prove a point to everybody. Edgecombe was selected 3rd overall in the actual draft last June and 3rd again by Vince Carter's team for the Castrol Rising Stars Challenge at NBA All-Star Weekend. He earned a spot among the league's top rookies and sophomores in the mini-tournament between 3 teams Friday at the Intuit Dome in Los Angeles. We're not quite into All-Star Weekend yet. There's still a few games that count on the schedule. In their final game before the All-Star break, VJ Edgecombe and his Sixers faced a tough night in a 138-89 loss to the New York Knicks at home in the Xfinity Mobile Arena. Edgecombe scored 14 on 6 for 16 shooting with 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block in 32 minutes. That'll do it for R Sports. Stay tuned to R News at 7:30 for details on these stories and more.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley secures a historic 3rd straight term, and Mexico dispatching more than 800 metric tons of food and supplies to Cuba. This as the U.S. warns countries against providing oil to the island. The story when our news returns.
It only takes a second for things to go wrong. Are you prepared? Don't become a statistic. Follow these simple rules. Leave early, obey road signs, wear seatbelts, invest in hands-free devices, and don't drink and drive. I'm Inspector Gerard Cum of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, reminding you that road safety is no accident.
It's more than a podcast. It's a movement. This is Breaking the Silence with Junior Clovis, where conversations we avoid finally have a place to breathe. Every story, every struggle, every breakthrough is brought to light, unfiltered and unspoken until now. Join us this Sunday at 2 p.m. as we confront the topics that matter, share real experiences, and change the conversation around mental health together. Watch, listen, break the silence.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley has won a historic third straight term, with her Barbados Labour Party sweeping all 30 seats in Parliament. Official results confirm a clean sweep, marking the third time the BLP has won every seat in the House of Assembly. Mottley says her focus remains poverty reduction, justice, and expanding opportunity, while boosting infrastructure and health care. The Democratic Labour Party conceded, and opposition leader Ralph Thorne lost his seat after switching parties in 2024. CARICOM observers noted complaints about the voters list, though officials maintained the process was legitimate.
As of next week, I expect that the cabinet will have to be sworn in on Monday. And I have asked Parliament to get the business of Parliament ready for an opening no later than next Friday, because this government will not be playing. We will do our rest, celebrate, but come Monday, we start the work of the next 5 years of transforming this nation.
And Mexico is sending more humanitarian aid to Cuba as tensions continue with the United States over support to the island. The Mexican government says 2 vessels carrying more than 800 metric tons of food supplies departed Sunday from the port of Veracruz. According to Mexican officials, the shipment includes milk, meat products, beans, rice, tuna, sardines, cookies, vegetable oil, and personal hygiene items. The aid comes as Washington has warned it could impose tariffs on countries that supply crude oil to Cuba. Last week, Mexican authorities said they are also exploring ways to provide fuel to help meet Cuba's basic needs, including electricity and transportation, without triggering U.S. retaliation. All right, here at home, an Lutheran entrepreneur is turning climate concern into climate action, using her business to help reduce waste and protect the environment. In tonight's Sustainability First, our Danielle Miller speaks with a recent graduate of the Academy for Women Entrepreneurs, a Lutheran cohort, about her work and how it's helping combat global warming.
Bahamas First, putting sustainability first for our people and our environment. What's first for you and the planet comes first for us.
Lutheran, Dr. Salima Hauber has joined the fight to combat the impact of climate change by launching her business, Coastal Biotech. During a recent trip to Eleuthera, she told me how it works.
Coastal Biotech is a native plant nursery using the technology of plant micropropagation or tissue culture to generate coastal species, particularly sea oats.
Sea oats are protected perennial grasses, and according to Dr. Hauber, they are the primary species for dune stabilization. She says, due to the impending threat of rising sea levels for the Bahamas, harvesting sea oats is crucial.
Sand dunes are the last barrier of defense from tidal surges in storms. So without healthy sand dunes, inland development is threatened.
Although the company is in its early stages, she's designed her business plan for mass production. The estimated startup cost totals $175,000.
The method of propagation that we are using is, in fact, a laboratory. So there are a number of expensive equipment that needs to be acquired in order to produce the plants at such a high volume.
While it's a costly venture, Dr. Halbert says it's worth it in order to protect the environment. Reporting for our news and reminding you to put sustainability first, I'm Danielle Miller.
Still to come in our news, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was February 12th. Then in our news at 7:30, from tailgates to casino celebrations, thousands of Bahamians and visitors turning Super Bowl Sunday into a full-scale party. Danielle Miller shows us how some fans celebrated. But first, Prime Minister Davis suggesting Grand Bahama may be held back by too much power in too few hands, and he's calling for a new approach. It's all coming up when our news returns.
Conflict doesn't have to end in chaos. Before it escalates, take a breath. Step back. Choose peace. Listen to understand. Respectful conversations lead to real solutions. I am Sergeant 3599 Johnson of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, urging you, let's talk it out, not fight it out.
From 2017, one show has set the standard for current affairs in the Bahamas, and that's On the Record, one of the longest-running current affairs shows on RTV. We've been the place where newsmakers come to talk. We've sat down with leaders in government, cultural icons, industry leaders, and international experts. From breaking news to in-depth analysis, our conversation sets the tone for the nation. We've tackled the biggest issues on the planet, held world leaders accountable, and given voice to the people. From politics to culture, business to the environment, no topic is off limits. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel. 9 seasons strong, and we're just getting started. This is On the Record.
2025 has been a year to remember.
Fire trucks racing to the scene of the massive blaze.
This continued for more than 20 minutes as police officers tried to patrol the
Protesters had marched from Market Street and waited in the hot sun for hours. Well, I'm certainly standing in it. And
as I came out, the wind just picked up even more like it was a tornado. BJ, lace it up.
Join us on December 28th at 8 p.m. for our news Year in Review.
On this day in Bahamian history in 1782, Nicholas Garner was inaugurated as Speaker of the House of Assembly, serving until April 20th, 1784. And fast forward all the way to 2015, when Crystal Palace Casino on Cable Beach closed. The property was later demolished in 2018, marking the end of a tourism era. If you want to learn more about the events that shaped the day that was February 12th, head over to ournews.bs. And that's going to do it for us in News at 7. Jerome Sawyer is up next at 7:30. But first, it's time now for Thursday is the New Friday with entertainment correspondent Danielle Miller. And tonight, she is once again somewhere on Paradise Island. Denny?
Hey, Ken. I am doing the classic dinner and theater for Love Weekend. I know it's dinner and a movie, but I am feeling bougie this weekend, so therefore I am going to the theater at Atlantis Paradise Island for their benefit play, Smarty Pants. Now, this is a play that was sponsored and is being assisted by Ludacris, the rapper, and last year they raised over $100,000 for their cause. So I can't wait to see the plot unravel tonight, because I did get a sneak peek of the plot, as well as to go over to dinner at Amber Restaurant. Y'all know that's one of my favorite places to go now for that curry salmon, chef's kiss. All right, guys and gals, you know the drill. Until, there's a recap of what I did last weekend. So make sure you tune into our 7:30 p.m. broadcast for that. All right, guys and gals, you know the drill. Until next weekend, deuces. Back to you in studio.
That curry salmon sounds really good, Denny. I hope you can bring me some. All right.
Unless you manage always have so much fun.
I tell you, nobody is having more fun than Denny.
No. Well, stay tuned to our news on Thursday to see more escapades like that one with our Danielle Miller. And Love is in the Air this February on our TV, Channel 212. Celebrate Love Month with 5 all-new Hallmark movies guaranteed to warm your heart. Enjoy the soulful journey of a Nashville legacy, workplace sparks in Return to the Office, and the romance of an unexpected Valentine, plus royal charm in The Reluctant Royal and The Royal. Whoa, okay, that's a lot of love. Check out all of your on-screen guide information for showtimes. Grab your blanket and cozy up with RTV, where love lives all February long. Now, having said all of that, here's a look at your latest headlines. Ahead tonight on our news at 7:30, a message to Grand Bahamians. Too much power in too few hands may be slowing investment, job creation, and opportunity. The Prime Minister hints at a power shift while in Freeport today. Our Joshua Williams is live to tell us what the Prime Minister's remarks actually meant. A deep dive into the tourism numbers show a dip in the air arrivals last year. Find out what's caused the decline in tourism's plans to turn it around. A groundbreaking for a first-of-a-kind pool in Grand Bahama. And Atlantis hedges its bets and wins big with the Casino Night Super Bowl Spectacular. Of course, our Danielle Miller has the highlights. Stay with us. Our news live at 7:30 starts in a moment.
Candino Notes here, and thank you so much for watching. Be sure and hit that follow button if you want to see more stories like this. Be sure and follow all of the R News social media pages. And hey, don't forget, turn on your notifications so you never miss out on top stories from the team you already trust.
Whether you're battling a chronic condition or offsetting a new injury, Doctors Hospital's comprehensive rehab services offer the help you need now.
Go to doctors.
3 advanced facilities at Collins Avenue, Carmichael Road, and Cable Beach means your personalized plan for care is just a visit away. From physiotherapy to occupational therapy and speech and language pathology, our team approach is all about rebuilding together. For a full list of services, visit doctorshosp.com/rehabilitation. Doctors Hospital, trusted and best care now. Isn't your health worth it?
I'm very excited, and I can't believe it. It's it's a dream come true. When she did call me yesterday about it, I didn't know what to believe. Thanks to Mr. Coleman and this whole staff for what they do, and making sure the customers are taken care of, making sure we enjoy the gaming they do give to us. Chances is the great house to play, even down to the staff, is perfect. They're going to marvel.
Somewhere's Plaza, got it going on, yeah. Somewhere's Plaza, one-stop shopping is here. The family, community, for me. Southwest Plaza, come shop with us. Shop, shop, we've got so many stores. Shop, shop, prices are right. Come spend the day, bring the family. Southwest Plaza, come shop with us.
When I wake up in the morning and I take a walk outside, I see the sunshine, I see a new day, and that feeling puts a smile right.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our news at 7:30. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Jerome Sawyer in for Italia Hall tonight. The Prime Minister raising questions about Grand Bahama's success in the future, suggesting too much power in too few hands may be slowing investment, job creation, and opportunity, stifling the island's growth. His comments came as he addressed the Grand Bahama Business Outlook today. Our Joshua Williams is in Grand Bahama tonight, where he joins us live. Josh, what can you tell us? Challenges there with Josh. We'll come back to him later on in the broadcast. All right, well, with political parties now finalizing and ratifying their Grand Bahama candidates, residents say they're less interested in campaign slogans and more focus on accountability, consistent presence, and real results. So what do Grand Bahamians actually have to say and want from their next Member of Parliament? Our News anchor Megan Shepherd took the question directly to the streets.
But the people who are worrying now are the ones who didn't check for the last 4.5 years.
And that message repeated across multiple conversations on Grand Bahama. Residents saying they want members of parliament who are visible, accessible, and engaged, not just during election season, but throughout their full 5-year term. Bishop Arnold Pinder Jr. and businessman Cecil Moore both echoing that call.
But I believe from MPs, there should be more effort going around, checking for the people more, And don't only wait for election season.
All I see every time when almost for election, roads, they just paving half of the road and that's it. All these promises, what they've been making for years, I don't see it.
Principal and veteran educator Cheryl Wood, the priority is clear. She says anyone seeking office must show a serious commitment to the future of the country, starting with the youth.
And I want to know that every child will come into his or her own, and that we plan strategically for every child to find his purpose or her purpose, to find their way in education, and that the school provides a platform for them to do so.
Other residents who asked to remain anonymous shared concerns spanning both island-wide and community-level issues. One calling for better governance and national direction, and another pointing to the need for greater development and opportunity in East Grand Bahama.
I would like them to focus more on the youth, because, you know, that's the future of our nation. Focus on things that they could be involved in. Like, there is stuff already, but just be more zoomed in as in whole of a country. Then I would love to see that we make more progress.
We just need something drastic to happen. We need the airport straighten up. We need, a lot of people out of job, a lot of work, people scrapping around and stuff like that. We need the people to come back home. A lot of people I talk to in Nassau, they want to come back home, but ain't nothing to come back home to.
Beyond politics, this resident says their next member of parliament must also focus on unity.
Would definitely love to see more initiatives in that area in terms of trying to bring the community a little bit more unified. I don't feel that is there just yet.
And as the political season continues to heat up, Bishop Arnold Pinder urging Bahamians to remember the power of their vote and to engage in the process peacefully and respectfully.
If referendum is your choice, that's your choice. If the PLP is my choice, that's my choice. Don't get mad, don't get angry, and don't fight. God has given us common sense, and so we know exactly what we are doing. For God's sake, stop the fighting, stop the arguing, stop the rowing, the bickering.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Megan Shepard.
Well, you heard there's some of the comments of Grand Bahamians who are looking forward to representation in the upcoming election. All of this, of course, laying the groundwork for comments today from Prime Minister Davis, who was in Grand Bahama for the annual Grand Bahama Business Outlook today. His comments, in many ways, shooting an arrow across the bow of the Grand Bahama Port Authority. Our Joshua Williams is in Grand Bahama. We attempted to speak with Josh earlier tonight. Josh, can you hear me? All right, we're back up. What can you tell us tonight, Josh?
Good evening, Jerome. Yes, I can hear you. Certainly the Grand Bahama Port Authority, a staple in this community for years. The relationship going back all the way to the 1950s. And it's no doubt that the port has transformed the Freeport community. But as the nation's second city continues to look for the economic boost, is it perhaps time to move on?
Prime Minister Philip Davis putting a name to a frustration many Grand Bahamians say they've felt for years, a system he describes as corporatocracy, where corporate interests can carry more weight than the voices of ordinary people. In Grand Bahama, that conversation centers on the Hawksbill Creek Agreement signed in the 1950s, which gave the Grand Bahama Port Authority broad control over how the island develops, from land use to infrastructure and major projects.
It gave extraordinary concessions and wide powers to a small group of investors in the hope they would do what government could not. And they did build the harbor, the early hotels, the industrial area, all that came from that bargain.
Davis acknowledging those early deals helped create the Freeport many know today, but says the same system also left major gaps.
Authority ceded without enough accountability. Decision-making concentrated in a few hands, with Bahamians being absent from the table. Over time, that structure hardened into something else.
In practical terms, the Prime Minister says that can mean slow decisions, stalled projects, and limited opportunities for Bahamians to participate in development. Davis also concedes successive governments allowed private agreements to grow stronger than public institutions. weakening the state's ability to step in when things aren't working. Davis suggested the need for a new model, one that ensures government plays a direct role in key systems that affect daily life.
It says that this island is not a private enclave. It is part of one country. The national government can stand outside the fence while the system underperforms. Energy, airports, ports, and land use are essential infrastructure. They affect public safety, the cost of living, and competitiveness.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
Now, after the Prime Minister spoke, one of the attendees stood up asking the Prime Minister a question. She says, is there some medium or middle ground that the government and the port can come to, considering all of the good that the port has done for Freeport over the years? The Prime Minister says he's willing to continue to sit down with the Port Authority to speak with them, to dialogue and discuss a way forward. But of course, the goal and the hope for Grand Bahamians is that no matter what happens, this community gets the economic shot in the arm its residents say they desperately need. Jerome?
Thank you very much, Joshua Williams. Great reporting tonight there from Grand Bahama. Thanks a lot. A 34-year-old barber will serve 2 decades in prison for murder. Philip Martin received the sentence in a plea deal after he pleaded guilty to the January 24th, 2025 murder of Gibson Desir. The 39-year-old was outside of Gordon's liquor store on Cowpen Road when Martin shot him 4 times. Justice Guillaume Archer Mins told Martin that he would have gotten much more if he had been sentenced after a trial. And investigators on the scene of a police-involved shooting on Margaret Road that police say happened sometime this afternoon. Right now, information is limited as police have only confirmed that officers were involved. Or Danielle Miller is there and working on gathering those details. Danny, what can you tell us about what has happened at this hour? I know you've been there for a while. Have police been able to give you any new information right now?
Jerome, at this time, we are still awaiting official details from police officers. The only thing that I can tell you at this moment is that we received the alert of this police-involved shooting after 5 p.m. and shortly after we arrived on scene. There were a number of persons already in the street and police were carrying out their investigations. The morticians have removed the body thus far from this blue residence behind me and are currently leaving the scene. We anticipate press liaison Chief Superintendent Sharia King to give us that press briefing very shortly. Back to you in studio.
Thanks for that, Danielle. Of course, Danielle Miller live for us tonight from the scene of that police-involved shooting there on Margaret Road. As she mentioned, details are still limited, but we'll continue to track this developing story. And for the very latest, stay tuned to Our News Bahamas on Facebook. While the Ministry of Tourism continues to celebrate record-breaking numbers of cruise visitors, today we learned that air arrivals took a dip last year. Tourism's Director General Latia Duncombe, while at the office of the Prime Minister's weekly press conference, reported air arrivals down for the year before, recorded at 1.69 million visitors, while still above pre-pandemic numbers.
Stopover arrivals reached 1.82 million, holding steady and slightly above 2019 benchmarks. Importantly, performance is being realized across multiple islands. Nassau, Paradise Island, remain strong anchors, while Grand Bahama, Abaco, Eleuthera, and several out islands continue to demonstrate resilience and expansion. Cruise arrivals total 10.66 million for the year, a 14% year-over-year increase.
Duncombe explaining that a number of disruptions across the destination caused the decline, adding there are some strategies, though, to address the numbers.
Overall, for us, we felt that the performance was strong. Sometimes there are weather disruptions that could affect key source markets or even in-market activities. So there's a number of factors that it contributes to. What we've done as a Ministry of Tourism, we've been very deliberate in our airlift strategy. So we have an intentional focus on the international airlift perspective, and that's led by Krishna Roll, who's here at the front, and DDG Roma focuses on the domestic airlift perspective. in coordination with what we're doing with the airports. So we're very coordinated, very structured, looking at opportunities, especially the new gateways that's coming on stream with the 45 flights. We have teams already that work our European market, a dedicated resource that we have for Germany, for France. So we're very excited, and I will say 2026 is going to be a banner year again for the destination.
Time now for a first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is standing by in the Weather Centre for us tonight. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Gideon, and a happy Thursday evening, everybody. What a way to end the week. We are enjoying some really nice weather out there. Nice and comfortable on the outside. 73 degrees is our current temperature under mostly clear skies. Northwest winds at 9 miles per hour. Feels like temperature is at 70. Taking a look at our satellite radar composite. High pressure still in charge. We have some patchy clouds with a front that's making its way towards the south and east, just in the north of the Bahamas. That will continue to pull out towards the east and away from us. Disturbance near the southeast, producing some clouds as well as a few spotty showers down there as well. But all in all, quiet and dry conditions expected tonight through tomorrow, and that will take us into the weekend. Of course, we do expect some return moisture as that high slides out towards the east, and that will pave the way for some nice conditions for Valentine's Day. That's a quick check on conditions around the island. Stick with us. We'll take a look at our extended forecast when we come back.
And still to come on our news tonight, a full circle moment as ground is broken in Grand Bahama for an aquatic center in the GB Sports Complex for a 50-meter pool, along with a warm down pool. Also, a casino night and Super Bowl 60 spectacular. Our Danielle Miller has all of the highlights. That's coming up when our news returns.
When I wake up in the morning and I take a walk outside, I see the sunshine, I see a new day, and that feeling puts a smile right on my face. I know just what to do, go to the paint place. So if you wanna paint it right the first time, go to the paint place, stop at the paint place. And if you want it to last a lifetime, go to the paint place, stop at the paint place.
Hello, what do I have in my biggie bag? Fries, nuggets, a chicken sandwich, a apple pie, a free apple pie. It also comes with a drink. You know what? A biggie bag a day keeps the hunger away.
For a limited time only, get a free apple pie with the purchase of the Biggie Bag.
Hey guys, Megan Shepherd here. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to click that subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. Just click right over here. And don't forget to turn on your notifications so you stay up to date with content like this from the team you already trust.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, sorry, let I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before.
A full circle moment in Grand Bahama today with the groundbreaking for the Grand Bahama Aquatics Center within the Grand Bahama Sports Complex. It was a fulfillment of a promise made following another winning performance by the swim team at the 2023 Carifta Games. Once completed, the facility will hold a 50-meter pool along with a warm down pool and other amenities. In March last year, government received over 80 acres of land worth over $6 million from the Grand Bahama Port Authority for the creation of the Aquatics Complex.
The Aquatics Center will feature shaded grandstands with seating for nearly 3,000 spectators across both pools, six food vendor areas within grandstands, and adequate public restroom facilities, accessible seating for handicapped and spectators, and ample parking incorporated into the overall design. At the top of the bleachers, there will be design spaces for Junkanoo bands, because when Bahamians compete, we bring the rhythm of culture.
The centerpiece of this facility will be a 50-meter Olympic standard pool supported by a 25-meter warm-down pool. These are the tools of champions.
We'll have more on today's groundbreaking in a later newscast. A historical New York performing arts school is looking to recruit local dancers this weekend, presenting an opportunity of a lifetime. In partnership with the National Dance Company of the Bahamas, the Harlem Dance Theater will be holding auditions on Friday and Saturday at the University of the Bahamas. The reward, successful candidates will be offered scholarships to study abroad. If you know anything about the Harlem School, it is an amazing institution. National Dance Company of the Bahamas Artistic Director Robert Bain told the R News team, as an alum of the Harlem Dance Theater School, he can testify to the fact that it's more than an audition, but a gateway to the world.
The whole idea behind this audition is to begin to start a pathway for Bahamian kids. And it's not only for the kids here in Nassau, but kids from around the island of the Bahamas. So far, we have a couple of kids in from Grand Bahama. I was really pleased to see that. But it's to give our kids an opportunity to make a connection with the world.
Think you've got what it takes? Auditions are open to anyone between the ages of 18 and 24. The registration fee is $125.
You can go to our website. Our website is www.ndcbahamas.com. And you can go there, and their information is there. There's also a form that you could complete, and it comes directly to us, and that's how we keep track of everybody.
Coming up in sports is the finale of BAISS Hoops. The Game 3s exceeded all expectations, well, for two teams. Then NBA All-Star break means it's time to head to LA, but like for work, because I respect the Fourth Estate.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, so let I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any live fiber infinite bundle, Trio or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with Rev and the Live Fiber on channel 747 and 748.
Hey, Greg Thompson here, and thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the R News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust.
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. The BAISS basketball season concluded with pomp and pageantry, fireworks, and absolutely lived up to expectations. Should have gone best out of 7. The defending champions returned to the top of the league in a pair of backdoor sweeps. In senior boys, the St. John's College Giants took the title, while Kingsway Academy Saints won the senior girls title in a pair of thrillers won by a combined 5 points. The Giants edged the Charles W. Saunders Cougars 57-55 in Game 3. St. John's lost the opening game on a buzzer-beating 3, came back to win Game 2 by 32, setting the stage for Game 3. The Giants pushed the lead to 7 late in the fourth quarter before the Cougars rallied, but couldn't get a shot off on the final possession. Akai Miller led the Giants with 20 points, while D'Alfred Gibson scored 15. Stephon Nelson led the Cougars with 16, while Bryson Rolle added 15. On the senior girls side, the Saints overcame a loss in Game 1 and clinched the title on a defensive highlight. Kingsway edged St. John's 28-27 in last night's finale. The game was close throughout, with neither team leading by more than 5 points. The Saints went on a 5-0 run and sealed the title with a decisive block from Road Treasure Butterfield in the final seconds. Deshante Sayers led the Saints with 11 points, while Zuri Hanna topped the Giants with 8. VJ Edgecombe is about to shine bright among the youngest stars in the NBA. My only hope is that he goes out there and tries to prove a point to everybody. Edgecombe was selected 3rd overall in the actual draft last June and 3rd again by Vince Carter's team for the Castrol Rising Stars Challenge at NBA All-Star Weekend. He earned a spot among the league's top rookies and sophomores in the mini-tournament between 3 teams Friday at the Intuit Dome in Los Angeles. Each semifinal game will be played to 40 points, while the final is a race to 25. For Edgecombe, the selection marks another milestone in his rookie season and places him in front of a global audience during one of the NBA's biggest weekends. He currently leads all rookies in steals at 1.3 per game. We're not quite into All-Star Weekend yet. There's still a few games that count on the schedule. In their final game before the All-Star break, VJ Edgecombe and his Sixers faced a tough night in a 138-89 loss to the New York Knicks at home in the Xfinity Mobile Arena. Edgecombe scored 14 on 6 for 16 shooting with 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block in 32 minutes. The Sixers looked ready to be on the break already, trailed by 30 points at the half and never threatened against the Knicks team playing the second night of a back-to-back. Philadelphia ends the first half of the season 30-24, 6th in the Eastern Conference. That'll do it for our sports. This is 10YS, and I know there's going to be some rule against this, but if the Warriors didn't want to use Buddy, and the Hawks look like they ain't really into nothing either, and no team wants to sign Eric Gordon, I got an available roster that needs them. We play Jamaica on the 26th and Puerto Rico on March 1st. Just saying.
And still to come tonight, Atlanta's hedging its bets and winning big with a Casino Night Super Bowl spectacular. Our entertainment reporter Danielle Miller was on the ground. She has all the highlights. Plus, Greg is back with your extended weather forecast.
It only takes a second for things to go wrong. Are you prepared? Don't become a statistic. Follow these simple rules. Leave early, obey road signs, wear seatbelts, invest in hands-free devices, and don't drink and drive. I'm Inspector Gerard Cum of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, reminding you that road safety is no accident.
It's more than a podcast. It's a movement. This is Breaking the Silence with Junior Clovis, where conversations we avoid finally have a place to breathe. Every story, every struggle, every breakthrough is brought to light, unfiltered and unspoken until now. Join us this Sunday at 2 p.m. as we confront the topics that matter, share real experiences, and change the conversation around mental health together. Watch, listen, break the silence.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer service that we pride ourselves on.
Every week, one show drives the national conversation. On the Record, we challenge the issues, ask the tough questions, and dig deeper.
This is our news. Welcome back. High pressure still in charge. Dry air mass in place. We're still enjoying some rather nice conditions. Temperatures managed to get up into the upper 70s to near the 80-degree mark. Overnight low temperatures were in the 60s. We will continue that through tomorrow, as we do expect that high pressure to stay with us. That high will slowly slide out towards the east. There's also a front to the north of us that's likely to clip the northern Bahamas but pull well to the east of us. Another disturbance near the southeast producing some clouds as well as a few isolated showers down there, but we expect all conditions to be improving as all of those systems pull out towards the east. Low pressure system will take shape across the Texas area and the western Gulf of Mexico. That's going to drag another front across our area by Sunday into Monday time frame. Couple of showers expected, but that not much of a cool down behind that, but we will be breezy once that front goes through for the early part of next week, and then we will settle down for the middle of next week. Future forecast showing the moisture associated with that boundary to the north of us. Weakening frontal boundary pulling out towards the east. Couple of spotty showers expected, like I said, across the northern islands, likely through Friday and into Saturday. Most of the activity will be scattered to widely scattered. So Valentine's Day, it's still a nice day to get out and enjoy and take that favorite person out for some dinner. Northwest Bahamas, boating forecast tonight to tomorrow. Your winds will be northwest and north at 10 knots. They will fall light and variable at times. Seas running 2 to 3 feet. Low tide is at 10:08 tonight. The high tide takes place at 4:44 in the morning. Central and southeast Bahamas, slight risk of rip current still down there. Winds are slightly stronger northeast to east, 10 to 15 knots. Seas will be running 2 to 4 feet over open waters. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, spotty showers in the forecast tomorrow as that front lingers to the north of us. By Saturday, high slides out. Brings us some additional moisture back across us, but well, like I said, it'll be spotty. That takes us into Sunday, and then we expect that front to come through by Monday. Temperatures will not take a dip, but we will continue to enjoy some very lovely conditions for next week. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night, everybody.
Thanks a lot, Greg. Well, football, food and entertainment topping the agenda for thousands who turned out Sunday to Super Bowl 60, including, yes, our very own Danielle Miller. Our entertainment correspondent party hopped this Super Bowl Sunday, ending her tailgate festivities at the Atlantis Resort for their casino big game party.
The Imperial Ballroom of Atlantis transforming to a hub for football fans on Sunday nights as we all watched the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks face off for Super Bowl 60. Hundreds of locals and guests watched intensely. However, I was there for the entertainment.
So I don't watch the Super Bowl.
Okay.
I watch for the halftime show and the fourth quarter. That's when I choose my team.
At the center of the ballroom, 4 large screens, an open bar, and around the perimeter, multiple food stations. By the end of the game, it was a haven for Seahawk fans to celebrate and for Patriot fans to grieve. And whether your team walked away champions or lost, the resort's casino big game party proved to be a memorable experience.
We heard about the Super Bowl party and my husband and I go, that's the best place to watch it. Let's go.
Who are you pulling for tonight?
I'm actually going for the under.
Who?
I got the under, total under.
Man.
So that means that right now the total is 45. So I want both teams combined to go under 45. So I got the under. And I also like the Patriots. So I got the Patriots and the under.
Did you see my face of confusion just now?
This looks like it's going to be the spot for the night.
Now, I saw somebody in a Dolphins jersey. You believe that?
No, I don't believe that.
And he in Bahamian.
What?
That's the crazy part.
Stop that. You serious?
Where are you visiting from?
I'm from New York.
You're from New York, but you're wearing a Dolphins jersey.
It's a long story. My dad had a picture where he was wearing a Dolphins jersey. I'm a Giants fan. They've been so bad. But I liked Reggie Bush. He played on them for a year. When I was in middle school, I got the jersey, and it fits me better now.
Reporting for our news, I'm Danielle Miller.
I am still so confused about the jersey, the Dolphins jersey. Anyway, thank you, Denny. Great reporting, great story. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Looks like you had a ball. And thank you for joining us here on Our News Tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Jerome Sawyer. We'll see you right back here tomorrow night. Until then, have yourself a wonderful evening.
Hello, I'm Jerome Sawyer, and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Now, if you want to continue to receive this great content, be sure and hit that button right over there. And don't forget to turn on your notifications. That way, you continue to